Okay, I think we are live. Hi, everyone. My name is Elizabeth Jones. I'm the Deputy Head of School for Adult Learning here at Keystone, and I have my awesome team here with me, Tony Rinker and Janelle Rouse. Guys, say hi.
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 In today's edition of Keystone Goes Off Topic, we're going to talk about rainbows. We picked rainbows because not only do rainbows make us happy, but they also have some cool science behind them. So without further ado, we're going to tell you what we know about rainbows.
All right. So first of all, my computer didn't work. That's why I'm not as rainbow-ishly fun as everyone else, but I have a green shirt on and I do love rainbows. So I just want to make that clear first and foremost. And one of the things that I love about rainbows is when I learned how to remember the colors of the rainbow when I was a kid, because there are this very specific colors of the rainbow, and they are red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. Did I get that right? Yes.
You got it.
And how I learned to remember that was remember that the rainbow's name is Roy, R-O-Y, G, his middle initial, Biv, B-I-V. Roy G. Biv, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. And I always
my real question.
Yes.
Janelle, do you wave and say, hi, Roy G. Biv, when you see a rainbow in the sky?
I don't, but I do wave and say hi to the rainbow. And
okay, good.
In real life, I just say rainbows are red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. But they're not. They're green, blue, indigo, violet. It's just that unless you happen upon a really, and Tony's going to talk later about what spectrum of light of a rainbow, but yes, you have to get really, really lucky to see a rainbow bright enough. And I have seen it, that you actually see that there is a blue, indigo, violet. It's just most of the time, those last few colors kind of mush together. And that's why most people just say, what's on your background right now, Betsy? Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. So next time you see a rainbow, look really hard and see if you can see those different. There's actually 3 colors, blue, indigo, violet at the bottom.
Good idea.
That's right. And did you know that because the angle of scatter from raindrops is different, everyone sees a unique rainbow? So you might not see the same rainbow I see, even though we're looking at it at the same time.
Even from the same area?
Even from the same area. And it's because of the refraction of the light.
Wow, I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
Me neither. Learned something new today.
That's right. That's what we're looking for. But yeah, the refraction of light, it's because of the sun changing, or the sunlight's wavelengths changing direction as they go through something that's denser than air, in most cases, a raindrop. So then it enters the raindrop, and when it comes back out, it exits into our eyes, and that's where we see the different colors and what forms the rainbow.
Wow.
Yes. And because
that's science.
Yes, science. And because of where you're standing, even though it's only slightly different, it's going to be a slightly different rainbow. And the sun has to be behind you with the water in front of you.
Oh,
interesting. Okay, so just to tell everybody, the 3 of us are not scientists here in this room.
No,
in this Facebook Live. So we're learning new stuff. This is awesome.
Yeah. Now I'm sitting here thinking, like, when I take a picture of it and then somebody else takes a picture of it, are our pictures going to be different too? Or do the pictures all see, there's so much to this.
You know what? It didn't say anything about pictures, just the eyesight.
Like, do our cameras see it all the same or differently?
Interesting question. I think that sounds like a science experiment the next time you see a rainbow.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Well, speaking of the next time we see a rainbow, how many of you have been outside after a thunderstorm, after a big storm blows through, and in those few moments where you can see, like, in the sky, you still have those super dark clouds from the thunderstorm, but you can still start to see the sun peeking through? That's when those rainbows appear, like Tony was just saying, when the sunlight is behind you. But Like that is my favorite moment. Like I don't even like thunderstorms. I hate thunderstorms. I've been afraid of thunderstorms since I was a kid. And that moment when the dark clouds are starting to go away, the sun is starting to peek out, and you see that rainbow, it just is it's such a beautiful moment. And so like last year, we had one of those moments, you know, of course, in the summertime when the storm blows through. And I just remember we live right along a big river here near my house. And the rainbow was just like right across the river. It was perfect. The perfect arch, the perfect moment. It just makes me happy just to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
So while Tony and Janelle talk more about the science of things, here I am talking more about my warm and fuzzy feelings about rainbows. But that's kind of how things work often with the three of us. So that works.
I don't know. It's Tony's all the science person, not me.
Yeah. I mean, she's pretty good at that stuff. You're
right.
Yeah. She's a researcher.
Science.
So we often see rainbows in pop culture as well. So when I was a kid in the 1980s, I've just aged myself. You all know how old I am now. Rainbow Bright was seriously my favorite cartoon. Watched it all the time. I had the Rainbow Bright doll. I had a Rainbow Bright nightgown, I remember. And I remember very distinctly the Rainbow Bright chalkboard that my parents got me. I must have been like, I don't know, 7-ish, maybe 6. I don't know, somewhere in there. And I used that to play school with my younger sister who I'd give spelling tests to. So I guess my career plan was right on track right from the beginning there. But Rainbow Bright was really cool in my life.
Yeah. Well, we had Care Bears. It was only a few years later, but we had Care Bears. And I don't know if you remember Care Bears. They had their belly badges. And their belly badges would shoot out rays of light. And it would form rainbows and rainbow bridges when they needed a bridge. So, yes. And
I do remember Care Bears.
I was going to say, I still have Care Bears. I'm not going to lie. I still have them.
I think they came back around too.
Everything.
Like,
all of that has come back around.
All of it. Yes.
Yeah.
And my original Care Bears are upstairs in my attic.
Oh.
I did not dig them out for this, but
those would be worth some money someday if you ever want to get rid of them.
I'm not sure how good of shape they're in. I was, kind of little and probably abused them a little.
Well, I'll age myself that I know Rainbow Bright and Care Bears from my younger sisters who were super into them. I was a little old at that time. And then it came back around and my kids, Rainbow Bright a little bit, but Care Bears were huge again when my kids were younger in the 2010s, when Care Bears came back really big. For me, like I said, I don't have a lot of those. When I think of rainbows, I think about the pride flag, which normally that's what I would have had behind me if I could. I'm a huge advocate of the LGBT plus community. And so when I see the rainbow, I think of pride and I think of hope and all the stuff that the pride flag and the pride movement is about. It originally was started in San Francisco, California. I thought I had the year, but I don't. But it really is used as just a symbol of a community of people that are diverse and different, but they all come together and are beautiful together, just like the rainbow is. So I know it's a hot topic these days with that, but I still see it as just what it originally was created for, was just this rainbow of beautiful colors of a community coming together and saying we're all different and we all kind of come together and we're beautiful. So that's what I think about that a lot with the rainbow. And we have a rainbow flag out in front of our house that I'm very proud of and I love it. So that's more my cultural time. Right? Not so much, but yeah. That's what I think of mostly when I think of pop culture and the rainbow and how important it is today.
Absolutely. Cool.
And
Awesome.
and the other most or popular thing that goes along with rainbows, unicorns.
That I have.
Unicorns. Yes. And the reason they are paired together is to describe wonderful but often unrealistic things that may happen, but also to reflect the innocence and carefree happiness. So when somebody tells you it's, you know, all unicorns and rainbows.
Yeah.
Oh, it's happy.
Yes.
It's happy.
Yeah.
Happy.
All the reflections of happiness.
Yes.
That's right.
All the colors coming together. I think the favorite thing that I learned from you guys today that I did not know was that the Care Bears made a bridge with their rainbow light. Like I remember, like I thought they shot people with it. Maybe it was me as the parent going.
It was a Bear stare. So yeah.
Yeah, they did the rainbow stare. That's what, or the Care Bear stare.
Care Bear stare, and they all shot the
remembered they shot people with it. But I like what you remember better. A bridge to the other side. I like that.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, Tony has our little experiment that we're going to do now. So she's going to make a rainbow, and I'll let you kind of explain what you're doing there, Tony, okay?
Okay. And this was actually one of my young son's activities that we did when he decided to be a scientist for Halloween. He also loves rainbows. So we got a scientist kit, all the bells and whistles that went with it. And this was one of the experiments. We take our little colored candies and put them in a circle. You can put them in any arrangement you want, but in order to make a rainbow, you put them in the rainbow colors. So what this is actually going to teach is that the concentration gradient. So as the colors form together, you'll see that they'll spin in circles and form a rainbow. So we're just going to take some water and pour it in the middle.
Oh, your hand made it all disappear.
There it is.
There it is.
And we just give it a couple minutes.
And that's just water.
Just water. It's hot water.
Oh, there it goes. Look at it.
Yep, all the colors coming out. And now they're not going to initially mix because each of the colors has different properties. So they just come together, but you'll have to actually swirl them to get them to mix the colors.
It's pretty though.
It is really pretty. And you could do this with the pastel candies and get a totally different colored rainbow. Wouldn't that be pretty?
You can do it with any colored candies you want to. And so in addition to making cool, fun rainbows, it does teach you about the concentrations and the densities and all sorts of fun, smart, sciencey things that my child loves.
That is awesome.
That is awesome.
And you see, they're starting to meld together a little bit now.
Yep. And they'll form a brown.
You can see the bossy colors. It's that purple. That's because the purple is BIV. It's blue, indigo, and violet all together.
That's right. It is the color of royalty.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. It is the color of royalty. Look at that. We're just learning all sorts of things.
I know.
My older son was not a fan of this experiment because it wastes candy. But,
I get
there is that.
He prefers to taste the rainbow as opposed to see the rainbow.
Another great pop culture reference.
That's right. Taste the rainbow.
Yes, exactly. All right, Tony. Well, that is awesome. Thank you so much for showing that. That was really cool. And so now we all can create our own rainbows. We don't have to wait until that storm blows through and we have that beautiful moment that I was talking about earlier. We can make our own rainbow with a white plate, some colored candies, and some hot water. And you can have your own rainbows. So thanks everyone for tuning in to the Keystone Goes Off Topic with our adult learning team. And we hope you enjoyed this and maybe learned something as well. And thanks everybody for your time today. Have a great rest of your day.
Bye everybody.
Bye.